Hello, Peter Beimers here, two-time candidate for the New Blue Party, talking provincial politics. If you like this sort of thing, like and subscribe. Hit that bell when new videos are posted. Today I'm going to be talking about a topic that's on everybody's minds that seems to be affecting everybody, or everybody wants to be affected by, and that's these tariffs that had started a while back. Donald Trump threatened them, then he postponed, then he threatened again, then he postponed, then he threatened again, put them on, pulled them back, put them back on, and Canada retaliated. I think it's important to understand what a tariff is. It is when the government puts a tax on things that are being imported to their country. I know there's a lot to it. I'm going to try and simplify it as best I can. So when Donald Trump imported or put a tax on aluminum and steel, he was that was anything that comes into the U.S. gets taxed higher at 25 to 50% rate. Now that tax is paid by the importer. So the company that is importing anything steel and aluminum related, be it raw materials, cars, furniture, anything that has steel and aluminum has an extra tax put on top of that the importer pays for, and ultimately gets passed on to the buyer, so that the importer themselves, the manufacturer, the person importing, doesn't pay that tax, but you, the buyer, or the American buyer, pays for it. So really, when Donald Trump puts a tariff on things coming into the U.S., it affects the Americans more so than the Canadians. How it affects Canada is that it could possibly and potentially cut off our customer base, because perhaps somebody in the U.S. who normally would import some things, don't want to pay that extra tax. They can't afford to pay that extra tax and wait for the consumer to recoup those losses. So they may look for a source of aluminum or steel elsewhere, or whatever's being tariffed. The purpose of a tariff, of course, what Donald Trump wants to do is to have manufacturing come back to the U.S. so that steel, aluminum, or whatever is being tariffed can be produced locally in the U.S., therefore creating more jobs in the U.S. The last time Trump put a tariff on steel and aluminum, it lasted about a year, and then those were reduced again. Next time I come on, I'll talk about the Canadian response and why it was frankly dumb, stupid. What they should have done, this was a negotiating ploy by Donald Trump to look at what's going on in the trade and to make it more equitable both for Canada and the U.S. But Canada's response was virtually non-existent and actually harmed Canadians more than helped. So that will be next time. So this is part one of Talking Tariffs. If you like this sort of thing and you want to hear part two, make sure to hit that bell for notifications so when the next video is posted, you'll be able to see it. My plan is to record on Saturdays, post on Monday nights at around 6 p.m. Have a great day. Again, I'm Peter Beimers, two-time candidate for the New Blue Party.